Hello everyone. Today I'm coming to you to show you the evening glove portion of the commission piece that I'm currently making for someone. This is one of the gloves that I made. It's pretty simple. I kept it really simple and really easy, but it looks cool and it's a simple little standard evening glove if you're new to making accessories that are crochet. So you will need the yarn. This yarn is Elise Angora Golds, and it's about 547 yards. I think is a size 2. It doesn't really say right here, but I think it's a size 2. It's an acrylic wool blend, so that's what we're going to be working with. And I have a 6.5 millimeter hook. It's a pretty big hook, but that makes it go quicker. I have scissors and I have a measuring tape. So the only measurement you'll need to be taking really is your bicep. So let me see if I can get my bicep in there. It's gonna be like that part because my evening gloves are coming all the way up here. They're gonna be really long. And they're going to be fingerless, so you can do stuff with your hands. So the measurement of my bicep is 9.5. So I will be crocheting a single crochet foundation row that is this length. So we want to keep it really loose and, flexible. But yeah, I'm just starting out with a single crochet foundation row. I already did the measurement on the other glove and it came out to 22 stitches, so I'm going to see if that will work the same for this one. So the single crochet foundation row starts with 2 chains, inserting it into the first chain, pulling up a loop, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2. Then we go back in to this stitch right here, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2. And then we continue making the single crochet foundation row. I have a more in-depth tutorial on this on my YouTube channel. But yeah, or you can do a little like chain stitch row. But I just find this one is more sturdy, so I always do it. I usually always do it. But yeah, we're just gonna make 22 of these. Okay, we have 22 stitches. So now I'm going to see if it equals up to 9.5 inches. And you can stretch it a little bit to reach your length that you need, but not too much. You want to give it like a little wiggle room. So it stretches to about 9.5 with some wiggle room. So that's good. 22 stitches for me. Now what we're going to do is keep this straight so you can connect it in the right spot to the first stitch of the row. Make sure it's not twisted or anything. So my first stitch of the row is here, and I'm just going to insert my hook and connect it with a slip stitch to create a circle. So this is essentially the circle that you will be working with in the round. So for the next round, we are going to chain 2, 1, 2, turn our work, and do a half double crochet directly into this first stitch, the one that it's kind of coming out of. So this one right there. So the half double crochet, we're just gonna yarn over, insert our hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3 of them. And then we just do that for every stitch of the round. And it should equal 22 stitches. If you feel like you did too many or too little, just count, and it should be 22 stitches in every single round. And that's an easy way of thinking about it. If you ever get confused, or if it looks a little wonky, if you're working on it and it starts to look lopsided or something like that, as long as it's 22 stitches, then you are doing it right. Okay, so now we're coming up to the end of the round. Get that little string out of the way. And you're going to end about right there. It's 22 stitches. And then find the top of the stitch from the round and just insert your hook, yarn over, slip stitch. And that will complete the round. There you go. For the next round and every round after this, we're just gonna chain 2 and turn our work. I always turn my work when working in the round because it creates a straighter seam. If you just keep going in the round, I find that the seam can get a little wonky, but if you turn your work every time, then it will come out pretty straight. So yeah, starting again, we're just gonna yarn over, insert our hook into that first stitch, bring up a loop, yarn over, pull through 3. Oops. And then continue around like that. All right, so we're gonna join again at the top stitch, slip stitch right there, and there's another completed round. Then chaining 2 again, turning our work, and going back around. So you're gonna do this all the way up until you reach your arm length that you would like. I personally did a very, very long evening glove so I can scrunch it down at the top, but you could do it however long you want, really. And I will stop when I reach right about here, where my thumb begins to, wiggle around. So you'll stop it when you want it to hit, like right about here. And then I will meet you back and tell you the rest. So I've created the arm warmer all the way up until about here, like I said I was going to do. I didn't do any decreases during the body of the accessory. If you would like to make it a little tighter, you can definitely decrease in your rows intravenously. I would do 1 decrease row, 2 regular rows, and then another decrease row, just so it could be a little gradual if you would like to do that. I personally didn't because I hate decreasing, but I will do the next part, and that also entails a decrease, so I will show you how to decrease as well. So for the next part, we're just going to chain 2 like we've always done, turn our work, and to decrease, we will yarn over, insert our hook into the first stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, insert into the next hook, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through all of them. So that is how I personally do a half double crochet decrease. There's a few other ways to do it, but that's the way I do it. I think it looks the best to me. So you just continue the round with regular half double crochets. So you keep going around. The last 2 stitches of the row are here, so we're going to do another decrease. So yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, insert into the next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 4. So there's a decrease on this side and a decrease on this side. That's how you decrease. But I'm doing the thumb hole opening right now, so instead of slip stitching into the first stitch of the round, we're going to leave it open and not connect them. Then we're going to chain 2 again, turn our work, and do another half double crochet right into the first stitch. No decrease. I only did that one decrease to make it a little bit more open for the thumb hole. So we're going to just continue the round with half double crochets as normal. All right, so we have 2 rows of disconnected rounds. So you're going to chain 2 and do another round to make a third round of disconnected half double crochet rows for a total of 5 rows. So we already did 2. We're going to do 3 more, and that will be 5, and then I will meet you back here. So after we have completed 5 rounds of the disconnected half double crochet stitch, what we're going to do is clean up this thumb area right here. So what I'm going to do is chain 1 and just single crochet around the perimeter that I left open right here. So I'm going to single crochet around these undefined chains right here. I also have a tutorial about chaining around undefined crochet stitches, but you basically just want to find spaces that are equidistant apart and try to do the same thing on the other side. It shouldn't be too hard because there's only a few stitches in here. Just gonna do this to like clean up the border a little bit. Okay, so that looks a little bit better for the thumb hole. A bit more snug. And now we are going to connect to the first stitch of the round with a slip stitch. There we go. Now we're going to chain 2, turn our work again, and we're going to do 3 more rounds of the connected half double crochet. After about 3 rows of the connected half double crochets, you can try it on again. You want it to reach around the knuckle part right here. So mine reaches the knuckle, so that's all good. My thumb hole is good. I like it. So now to finish off this glove, we will, let's see, get back in our loop. Just gonna chain 1, turn our work again, and do 1 simple little round of single crochet. Just gonna tighten it up a little bit. And then, of course, slip stitch into the first stitch of the row, like that. And then for the very last thing, we're just gonna chain 1 again, turn our work again, and do a round of slip stitch into every single stitch. This will tighten it up a little bit and make it a little more snug around the knuckle part. But you still want to have like a loose slip stitch. You don't want it too tight. You still want to fit your fingers in there. So just keep your tension pretty even, not too tight, but make it snug. I ran out of yarn, but you know what it is. Just finish doing it and then connect it here. And then, you know, fasten off all your ends like that. One last little tip, if you do want to tighten up this armhole part, the part around your bicep a little bit, make it look a little more neat, you can do 1 round of single crochet here as well. So I'm just gonna attach a new piece of yarn like that, and now I'm just gonna chain up 1 and just loosely but evenly go around with a single crochet, just to make it look a little more uniform, a little bit more snug. Keep those ends a little bit tighter together. So after you do this, you just join it with a slip stitch at the beginning of the round again, and then you fasten off all of your loose ends, weave them in, and yeah, once you make 2 of these, you will have your evening gloves all ready to go. So there you have your finished evening glove, and I'm gonna try it on just to make sure everything looks right and snug. And yeah, hopefully if you have enough yarn, you can finish that right there, but I will just tuck that in for now. But yeah, so yes, we have our very, very long evening glove. And then you make 2, and then you're in business. Here you go. So thank you everyone for watching this tutorial. I hope you learned something, and I hope you make some of these for yourself. Thank you.